Let's get some Oscar predictions and preferences from our roundtable. So I'll stick with preferences. So many political themes, as we were talking about before. So, George, well, let me start with you. Who's your pick for Best Picture and Best Performance?
Best Performance is Daniel Day-Lewis as Lincoln going away, and his makeup artist, whoever it was. Best Picture, I think, for three reasons, would be Zero Dark 30. First, it's challenged to make a suspense movie when everyone knows the outcome, which they did. Second, it's a genuine contribution to public education about the hard choices that are
created a real debate, that's for sure.
It did start a useful debate. But third, a sufficient reason for voting for it is a rebuke to Senators Levin, Feinstein, and McCain, who have enough to do without being movie critics and falsely accusing that movie of taking a stand on torture it does not take.
Lincoln, a year we celebrate the 150th anniversary of the Emancipation Proclamation, the 50th anniversary of the March on Washington. It was an emotional movie. It was a masterpiece. Daniel Day-Lewis deserved an Oscar.
Him too, okay.
Daniel Day-Lewis, and then I find myself agreeing 100% with George on each point he made, especially the last one.
Zero Dark 30.
Yeah, Zero Dark 30, and our senators ought to be dealing with the stuff we dealt with at the beginning of this discussion, not with movies.
You know, I got to go with George. I do agree with that Zero Dark 30, although as a creature of markets, I have to go with In Trade. And I have to go with In Trade and the fact that it's not going to win. But on the Best Performance, I'm actually going to get out of my comfort zone and go with Anne Hathaway in Les Mis.
That was something, yeah, that was a very raw performance. It seems almost certain she's going to win on the Best Supporting Actress.
Well, George and Steve and I could be movie buddies because I'm also going for Zero Dark 30. I would add to the points, too. It was actually just a great moment of sort of American triumph, too. It really got you excited to go and see it. And Daniel Day-Lewis as well, too. He's just, it's magic to be able to embody in a character like that. You watched it and you really did think you were watching Lincoln. It was amazing.
It was simply astonishing. I have to agree. Daniel Day-Lewis, I think, gets Best Performance.
But the idea that you could go to Zero Dark 30 and be in suspense watching a movie when, as George points out, the whole planet knows the ending of the movie.
Well, the same thing though goes for Argo, which is why I love Argo as well. That's
the same thing goes for Lincoln. I mean, you're sitting there saying, are they going to pass the 13th Amendment?
Yeah. Let me give a shout out to Q Wallace in Beast of the Southern Wild. I thought she had an exceptional performance. A young lady with a bright future.
There is no question about that. I actually talked to her on Good Morning America. She is a darling little girl, just infectious. Thank you all. We'll see who's right coming up tonight on the Oscars. And now we're going to take a break and honor our fellow Americans who serve and sacrifice. After the longest gap without a casualty in Afghanistan since 2007, we learned that one American service member was killed there this week. The Pentagon has not yet released a name. And that is all for us today. Thanks for sharing part of your Sunday with us. Check out World News with David Muir tonight, and I'll see you tomorrow on GMA Live from the Oscars.